This is going to be a detailed tutorial on how to track your insulin and how to make something like this. Now, for the sake of time, I'm just going to copy this. Okay. Now you can arrange it any way you like, and inside each cell I have the different information: day, time, the reading, the insulin, some other information. And as you notice here, the information is fully displayed. So you just hover over the in between the cells, and the double arrows will come up. Double click, and you can do this throughout. In addition to that, you can also just highlight everything by clicking in this empty area and just do it to any cell, and it'll auto correct all of them. Now once you start putting the information in here, you'll need to correct it again because this won't be enough space. So this is what I would normally do. Do 8-1-12, enter. 8-2-12, enter. And whenever you don't have enough room, this will come up. So just again, come up here, double arrows come out, double click. Now click on the first date, and you're going to click and drag so it highlights both of them. Now this comes up. I'm not sure what all the terminology is, so bear with me. This will come up. Click on the corner of it, click and drag, and it'll automatically fill in the dates for you. So you go all the way down, and we're just going to do it per month. Now, I wanted to display the day, so what I'm going to do is I just clicked the A instead of having to re-highlight everything. Now I'm going to right click, I'm going to format the cell, and it's doing it by number. I want it by date, and this is the different information it can display it as. Now I prefer something like this. And if you want it different, like say you don't want the year, you can just come down here, backspace, and then this is how it'll display it. Or if you want the month with an extra dash, you can do that as well. So this is pretty much customizable. Now I already have one that I prefer, and it's this one right here, and this is the code for that. That way it gives me the day, the month, and the date. Go ahead and click OK, and just come up here. And since I have everything highlighted, I'm going to go ahead and center it. Okay, now I'm going to have to add a few spaces in between each day. So in order to do that, I'm going to have to click on the add or insert a row. Now you might not have this already here, so what you'd have to do is go to go to View, Toolbars, then come down here to Insert Cell. So this is what yours might look like. So again, View, Toolbars, Insert Cell, and this will come up. Now when it comes up, it might be docked in the center, and this you can move it. So all you got to do is just click and drag, and you can move it wherever you want. And then once you're done with it, you can just click and drag, and you can move it to the position you like. But for now, I'm going to have it right here just so you can see what I'm doing. So we're going to go below the day. We're going to click this twice, and I'll show you why in just a moment. going to go to the next day, or under the next day, click it twice. And now I'm going to go with my arrow keys, and then twice, twice. And of course, for the sake of the video, I'm not going to do all the days. There we go. Okay, so now that I'm done with it, I'm just going to bring it back up here, dock it there. And for the time, I'm going to put 8 a.m. and this is going to be 9 a.m. And same thing here. I need more space, so I just double clicked, had the double arrows come out, then double click. Now all I need is the hour and the minutes. I don't need this other part. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the B. It's going to highlight the whole area. Then I'm going to right click, format cell, and we're going to go with time. And this is the one it's currently at. All I need is this right here. So once I click on this, click OK, and now it fixes it. Now the reading, we're going to go ahead and we're going to do a formula. Before we do this part, we're going to do a formula. So the daily average is going to be, I'm going to take this one off. There we go. Okay, so the daily average is going to be the readings. So I'm going to click daily average. This is my square that I want it to be in. I'm going to go to click the function wizard. And it's going to be average. I'm going to click next. Then inside here, I'm going to click on the select. And I'm going to select the range. I'm going to click and drag to right here. I'm going to let go. And then I'm going to click on the maximize again. So now this is the formula that we're using. I'm going to click OK. And this is going to be whatever the average is from C2 and C3. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this little black box that's here, and I'm going to drag it all the way down. But again, for tutorial purposes, it's just going to be here. That way I'm not, wasting too much time. So this is going to be our space between the days. So for here, I just clicked on the cell. Now I'm going to hit delete, and I'm going to say OK. So same thing with this one. Delete, enter, or you can click OK. Delete, enter. And then delete, enter. And again, for purposes, I'm not going to do them all. Okay, now, anytime I put something here, we'll just say 109. And then I either click enter or select a different cell. This is going to come up. And I needed to delete this one as well, because we're just going to have one average. There we go. Now, if you click on the formula again, it says C2 and C3. So anything I click on this one or input on this one, it's going to automatically give me the average. Now, what I strongly recommend you do is don't put anything here. So say you take another reading at 9 o'clock or what have you. What I would do is once you click on the cell, go ahead and insert a row. And if you look here, now it's C2 through C4. So you actually increased the cells that you can do your average for. So never use your last cell when you're doing your average, because this one, C5, is not in the formula. It's only up to C4 now. So again, if you put in 300 for your reading, and then you did 230, it's constantly updating it. But now C5, since it's not in the formula, if you put something in this one, this stayed the same as 213. So we're just going to go ahead and delete that. So this is going to be your average. Now, same thing here. If you put information, it's going to give you your daily average. Again, if you put anything here, it's not going to do anything. So again, click on the cell before your space, click on add, and then same thing. It's going to update it. Now for this section, we want the total. So we want it to add. So for here, what we're going to do is we're going to click the sum. And now we can highlight what we want. So I'm going to click here and drag down. And I'm just going to drag down because, again, this is going to be filled as well. Then I'm going to click the check mark because that's what I want. And just to make it nice, I'm going to put 9 a.m. and then 4 p.m. or something. There we go. So for this one, we'll go ahead and put just random numbers. There we go. And as soon as I put it in there, it automatically updates your total. Now again, for this one, since this is the formula, all you would have to do is wait for the little black box to come out once you click on the cell. Just get it and drag it down. And again, it would be for all of the days, but we're just going to do it to here. Now, we don't need this, so we're going to delete it. Okay. And then, same thing here. We're going to delete this. Okay. And I'm positive there's quicker ways of doing this, but this is how I found how to do it. So, now on this one, as soon as we put it in here, it also is going to add all of the amounts here and put them in here. So as soon as you click on here, you can see the actual formula where it's D10 through D12, which this is D10 through D12. And same thing for this one is, let's go ahead and do the sum. And we're going to click, going to drag down, and do the check mark. Let's go ahead and just click on the black box, bring it down. And then we just need one total. There we are. Now for this one, again, just random numbers. There we go. And every time you do it, it's going to automatically update here. Now, say for example, you want to know, this is good, but say you want to know another sheet that has only the information with regards to the daily average, the total amounts. What you can do is, once it has to be clicked in the empty box that's up here, that way it highlights everything. You're going to go to Data, Data Pilot, and Start. It's going to be the current selection since we have everything highlighted. Going to click OK. It's going to take a few seconds. And now that the data pilot came up, now we're going to arrange, and you can, mess with it, but this is how I do mine. I go to the day, click and drag, daily average, click and drag, the totals, click and drag. Once they're in there, I go to options, I go to show items without data, put options here, and hide empty. So if it's gonna, this way it won't say the word empty. Click OK, click OK. Then under here, I go to more, and this is going to put it into E10, but I have stuff in E10, so I want it to just go to a different sheet. So I'm going to do the little drop down box. I'm going to go to new sheet, and then I'm going to click OK. So this will take a few seconds as well. And once it's finished, it's going to give you this result. It's going to have the day, the averages, the totals, and it's also going to name it, the sheet. So you, excuse me, if you want to rename it, just double click and just rename it to whatever you like. You can either hit enter or OK. Now if you want to add more sheets in an empty area, just click it once. You can either add it before the current sheet or after, and the different number of sheets. Click OK. Now if you want to go to the very beginning, all you have to do is click the very left hand corner of the arrow, and if you want to go to the right, the very right hand corner of the arrow. And of course these are all your different sheets, and you can go one at a time if you like as well. Okay, I hope this helped, and if you have any suggestions on how to make this better, I'd really like to hear them. And again, thank you.